Get your students cooking with annotations using signposts and story elements. Here, students are getting the what, why, and when they will know that they've learned this material. And then they can see a quick overview of the week of how they're going to master these topics when it comes to annotation and story elements. Here's an overview of what students are going to do. First, they're going to kind of learn about these different parts when it comes to annotations. So they're going to kind of think about compare and contrastion, tough questions, words of the wiser, memory moment again and again. And then here's the story elements. And so you can see here that there is kind of like a recipe card to help students understand these different topics when it comes to the different signposts. Students are going to think about when they know to notice, when they need to stop and ask, and when they need to consider these different topics as they're reading a different text that really help them understand what they're reading about. This activity a teacher did is where she had students find examples. So students had to find examples, and there were different cereals listed out for the different types. And they got to kind of mix and match their ingredients for their own cereal bowl. And so what students did is they took 3 different pieces of the food that went along with these different topics. So again, students kind of had their different topics here where they had to go in, find examples, add them onto the slides. You could have students do this on paper, or you could also send this over to Kami, where students are working on a collaborative document together. In Kami, students are unable to delete each other's annotations. And so right here, students can use the comment feature and they could add text comments, voice comments, or even screen capture examples of compare and contrast, of tough questions, and so on. And then again, students will grab those cereals and they will start to become their own chefs. Students will take 3 pieces of however many examples they decide to find. Students are going to mix all of their ingredients in their bowls. They discuss their examples with the group and as a class, and then they're able to eat. So, again, it's just a fun way to get students to think about the signpost and what is expected of them throughout. Then on the next day, students did the Edu Protocol Iron Chef, where they did a notice and note Iron Chef activity, where they came in and they had all of the different types of signposts and they had to explain the definition. They then had to think about the anchor question, some keywords, and then they had to give an example where this took place in real life. So again, it was just a great activity for students to kind of come in first and they had to mix those different ingredients together. And then what they did next is they were able to annotate the landlady, and then they completed station rotations about the landlady on the following days. So, where they came in and did a deep dive discussion, did some word work, characterization, the story continues, setting the scene, and tone time. And so, here are the standards and then the can do tracker for these students to show how much they've mastered this activity. And then again, they came in and they completed these different stations in order to really master the landlady. This activity came from EB Teacher, so that just again kind of helped the students understand the